Hi all, welcome to the channel, welcome to the workshop. Happy Monday, happy Mallard Monday. Yes, we're doing the Mallard again. So this is where we got to last time. So we put all the handrails in, we've joined the body and the nose cone together, and we also put the side skirts on. This week we're going to be concentrating on the cab, putting in some windows, putting some extra details on I believe, and we're going to be joining that to the body. So without further ado, let's get building. Okay, so this is what we've got this time. We've got this little glazing strip. We don't actually need that this time around, so just going to put it safely in the bag. And then I'm going to also make sure it is labelled. We've also got these little brass knobs. We've got 8 of these, but we're only going to use 4 this time around for some reason. We've got 2 different size screws. We've got this brass rod, and we've also got the brass fretwork, looking just like this. And this has all the cab details on it. And as you can see, labelled cab 2. Right, so the first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to cut all the parts out and lay them out as per the instructions, and then we're going to be laminating them all together. Right, so I've put one of these windows together already, as you can see, just like that. And the way I did that, I just got the parts laid out as per the instructions, and then we just basically sandwich these all together using these 2 C-shaped parts, and then finishing off with the interior cab detail. So it's looking just like that. And all I'm going to do is run a little bead of super glue all around the edges, and that will hold that all together. Right, so those windows are all now laminated together. So we've got the armrest bent down, we've got those 4 pieces all sandwiched together like so. And we're just going to check that this frame does go in, and it does. We're going to keep those to one side for now and keep them safe, because we're not doing anything with them this time around. Right, now we've got a little recess in here, you can just about see. And we're going to be placing these frames just in those recesses, just like that. So that's what it will look like. And we've got obviously the armrest on this window here. So they obviously are, they do have a side each. So make sure you get them the right around. And again, all we're going to do with that is a little bit of glue just around the frame, and then we're going to place that in. And it's this one with the armrest coming this way. Just going to make sure that sits nicely into that recess. And just tack a little bit of glue. And that's what it's looking like with both of those windows now in place. Okay, so the next parts we need are these 2 small parts here. And as you can see, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be folding those in half and then putting them on the sides of the engine. And to do that, I'm just going to use my ruler. Ensure this is the correct way up. And I'm just going to lay my ruler along that line. And start the bend like so. And then I'm just going to finish it off with my pliers. So that now looks just like that. Right, so that's both of those now done. And I've just put a bit of glue along there to keep them all together. Now I need to bring the cab over again. And we've got 2 holes here. We just need to make sure they are drilled out to 0.8 millimeters, which is the drill bit I've got on here. So we're just opening those up a little bit. And I'm going to do the same on this side. Obviously what we're doing, we're actually drilling into the metal that we've put in there for the window frames. So just don't want to go all the way through. We just want to drill it enough that there's enough of a recess that when it comes to putting the holders in place, that they are going to go in place. Okay, so now we've got those folded and looking just like that. We now need these tiny little holders, and we've got 2 spare. Lost my sprue cutters. So just going to take 2 of these off for the moment. And these are going to go into the bottom holes just there. And that's going to be the base of one of these little ash guards, and that's going to go on there. And then we're going to secure the top bits in a moment. But first of all, these could do just a tiny amount of cleanup. And I am just going to cut off a very small amount of this peg, just to ensure that fits in there a little bit better. And the way I'm going to do this, I'm going to use these pliers. I'm just going to put a little bit of glue out, dip the part in, and then place the part in the hole. Okay, and that's looking just like that with that lower one in. We now have the other one to do on the other side. Right, so we're now just putting this ash guard into that bottom hole, like so. And then we're going to use the other holder at the top just to secure this in place. Let's go and rest that like that for a moment. And this is quite fiddly, and I'm not going to really show you what I'm doing. Like so. And now I'm just going to tack a little bit of glue just at the top of this holder. And that is in there just like so. And same with the other side. So that's both ash holders in and all the windows in now. The next thing we need to do is put the 2 handrail holders either side underneath the window there. Right, so I'm going to make these holes slightly bigger with a 1.3 millimeter bit. I'm just going to use my pin vise for this because the hole's already there and this is nice and soft to go through. Right, that is perfect. That's gone in there absolutely brilliantly. So Just going to do the same for the other 3 holes. And one of the last things we need to do for the cab itself is just get our brass rod, and we're going to be placing it as we did on the boiler through here. Just like that. I'm going to put a dab of glue just on the end there. Make sure that will stay in place. Cut that one off. And then we do the exact same thing on the other side. And then again, dab of glue on the end of that one as well. Just ensuring that's not going to move. Do the same on this one. Both ends, like so. And then we will just put another dab of glue on the ends of these rod holders, rail holders, just to ensure that they won't come out either. And that is what that is looking like right now. So if the rails are in, the windows are in, and the ash guards are in. Oh, that was a really fiddly part to do. We've only got one last little bit to do really, and that is joining these parts together. So we need to place that in there, and then we need to mark out where we need to drill the holes for the screws. So that'll be the next thing we need to do. And we're going to be using a 1.9mm drill bit for that. Once we've marked it, it's going to be a bit tricky to drill because obviously we're drilling right onto an angle. So that'll be fun. But let's get those marked, and we'll drill them out. Alright, so we've got a 1.9mm drill bit. And I'm going to drill the easiest one first, I think, which is going to be the one just in here. Right, that's the first hole drilled. Now, let's see how we can do these ones. I am using a little bit of oil on the drill bit every so often when drilling these holes. Just makes it a little bit easier to cut through. Right, we're through on both of those. All 3 of those, just to say. So, looking just like that. Just going to tidy up this work area, and then we'll put the cab on the body. Okay, so the first problem I'm encountering with having this for so long is I should have 2 little angled bushes to basically fill those holes, so that when the screw goes in, it will hold it in place straight. I don't have those bushes. I've got the screws, I had the fretwork, I had the rod, but no bushes. So I'm just going to have to see how those screws hold it in, and if it doesn't hold it in very well, I'll probably just end up gluing that and screwing it. So all I'm going to do, because we're missing those bushes, I'm just going to put some glue around here. I'm going to just glue that into place, and just going to use this shorter screw at the top here, which will help hold it in place. going to put some pressure on that. Just had to go check, and unfortunately I don't have any washers in the right size for these screws. Now, I might be doing this wrong, but I'm going to use the shorter screw that seemed to be a spare one to secure that one in place, and hope that I don't need that short screw later on in the build. So that is now in there, looking just like that. And that is all there is to do in that issue. So we've got the main body, we've got these two windows we're going to keep safe. I'm just going to put them in here. Like so. And they are going to go with the glazing strip, all labelled as issue 4. And I will, because there's quite a bit of it left, I will just keep that one to one side as well. But it is looking really, really good. Thank you very much for watching. I do hope you enjoyed that video. If you did, please remember to give me a big thumbs up. That is looking really, really good now. We got the cab in there. We got a few more details on the cab. It's looking pretty good. And if I'm only missing those 2 bushes in the entire build, I'll be extremely happy. Hopefully I won't find any more missing parts. But it's looking absolutely brilliant. Please do remember to hit that subscribe button and ding that bell, and then you'll be seeing how Mallard progresses and everything else that goes on in the workshop. Until next time, I'll see you around. Cheers.